live with Resident Evil Gun Survivor 2 Code Veronica. We're here with the one, the only, the very late DrMaxtermind. Not in the sense that he died, but just late.
The very not still sort of awake DrMaxtermind.
But, you know, I told you, I'm not going to hold, we're not holding grudges or anything. We're cool, but, you're going to hear about it. That's for sure.
Oh, it's okay.
But...
I totally deserve it, so it's fine.
But if it can make you feel better, I forgot to read the donation from the previous run, so I'm gonna do it now since I'm late too. So Atomical gave $5, saying here's to fueling the charity to fly towards success.
Oh, there we go. Extra fuel.
So you have a little bit of a challenge for our audience right now that you were telling us in the green room right before we went live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Elaborate?
Yeah, so this game, by the way, and I'll talk a little bit, I'll introduce myself here in just a moment and introduce the game, but this game has a lot of different game modes to it. You can see it on the screen here. This game was originally meant as an arcade shooter, very similar in style to Survivor 1, but it actually came out on arcade machines in Europe. I believe it was Europe first. Or second. And so it had a lot of extra game modes on it, very similar to like the extra game modes of Time Crisis, and all of those old school arcade games, including Arcade, which is what we're going to be playing today, Dungeon Mode, which is like a challenge mode, and then my personal favorite one, which is Versus Roach Mode, which is a mode in which you have to kill a very specific enemy that is a reused asset from RE2. And it's really, really fun, and it's really interesting, and if you all reach a donation milestone, which G-Virus or the organizers can let me know, we will be playing a little bit of Roach Mode, just to show you guys what it's all about, because it's actually really dope.
So basically this is going to double the estimate for this run. So I don't know if people can show up, but what I'd like to see personally for Roach Mode to be happening, like I want that 4 there to change for a 5. And I'm not talking the one after the dot. I'm talking the one to the left before the comma.
Okay, that's a good thing that you clarified before someone donates 10 cents. I was like, wait.
And right. I would like to see 5K. I would like us very much so to reach 5K. And I mean, we have almost 5K viewers in chat, so it would only, be fitting. And with the amount of people that we have watching right now, I do believe with the great cause that we have and the incentive, there's no reason why we can't make it happen in 15 minutes. And
that makes sense. We're all through of the marathon almost, so
exactly.
It would be perfect.
And just a quick reminder: the cause that we're supporting right now is the Bell Project, and the Bell Project is a national nonprofit organization designed to combat mass incarceration by disrupting the money bail system one person at a time. Basically, they believe that paying bail for someone in need is an act of resistance against a system that criminalizes race and poverty, and an act of solidarity with local communities and movements for decarceration. Over the next few years, the Bell Project will open dozens of sites in high-need jurisdictions with the goal of paying bail for tens of thousands of low-income Americans, all while collecting stories and data that prove money bail is not necessary to ensure people return to court. They won't stop until meaningful change is achieved and the presumption of innocence is no longer for sale. Because as I've been saying over and over again, right now, with the way the justice system works, basically you're innocent until proven guilty if you can afford it.
And
that's not, they
I'd
call
like
it the
that.
justice system. But I mean, I figured you had something to say, Level Best, and I was gonna invite you to elaborate on that. No, but go ahead.
Oh no, I just wanted to add just onto the Bail Project. It's only in benefit of innocent people. So the fact that you have to pay in regards to bail, you have to pay money to get people out of jail. This is people who shouldn't be there in the first place, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why it's such a powerful thing to get behind. It's because you're helping people who shouldn't have to be going to court, who shouldn't be having to, be in jail or be arrested. That entire process. It only supports those who are ultimately proven innocent. And that's all I wanted to say.
And I'll add to that by saying that, a lot of people, but protesters, they're rioting. I'm like, no, protesters are protesting, rioters are rioting, and looters are looting. Please learn the difference. and don't get confused.
And please also make sure that if you do have any questions about the charity, please, by all means, go to their website, because that's one of the ways that you can directly support and spread awareness about it. I said this yesterday during the Revelations 1 run, and in case you guys didn't hear it, the Bail Project has one of the best designed UIs for a charity website that I've seen in a very long time, and I've been doing charity work here on Twitch for over 3 years. And it is not only an awesome website, it gives an amazing graphic for how the system works. So if you want more information or just to educate yourself on how the Bail Project works or the Bail system, please make sure to check their website. And if you have any questions, because I know a lot of questions came up yesterday about who that supports, etc., please make sure to click on their FAQ page, because they have been asked these exact same questions about 1 billion times. So the appropriate answers are all there for you, that you can look at and see why this is such an amazing cause and why they're doing such an amazing job.
And I also want to add that information is out there. Information is readily available. Like we're at a time with technology where you don't have to leave and go to the library, or you don't have to wait to hear from somebody else. Like people are constantly taking pictures and videos and posting things online, websites, articles. Like if you limit your knowledge to, oh, I asked a question in chat and nobody answered me, so I guess I just remain ignorant forever, that's a choice that you make to remain that way. The answers are out there, there's just people not seeking them.
Ignorance now is more of a choice than ever, with
Precisely. I completely agree.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all right, Chad, is everyone ready? G-Virus, level. You can stay if you want to. Chill out for a minute with us.
Oh, I'm just here.
Okay, perfect. Deagle, you ready to go? Yeah, all right. So,
I see a donation train happening, so...
oh, okay, perfect.
Choo-choo.
Yeah, there we go. Let's keep it going. So welcome everyone. My name is Max. Everyone just calls me Max. So as I said, I've been running survival horror games for over 3 years now on Twitch, raising money for charity, a bunch of different causes. And this is a game that I played after I started running the very first Survivor. And I was like, I'm going to run all of them. And now I regret my decision for the longest time. This game is probably the worst of them, to be honest, in terms of story and everything else. And I'm going to show off something very particular during the run that's actually really, really, really funny. So as you notice, I keep scrolling up and down. My joystick actually has insane joystick drift. So I'm going to be trying to counteract that as well. But let's get it going. As you can see from the estimate, this is the longest Resident Evil speedrun that we have in the marathon. So just FYI, strap in. All right.
Actually, I want to say something about the controls of this game real quick.
Go for it.
So, this is a gun con game. Of course, you can use it with the controller as well. The Gun Con 2 for the PS2 has a D-pad on the back, a trigger, and 2 buttons in the front. Now, you would think the D-pad turns your character left and right when you hit left and right on it. No, the D-pad strafes you left and right. The 2 buttons at the front of the controller turn you left and right, which is, if you ever try to play this on a gun con, you're gonna have
a bad time. Yeah, so I'm using an Xbox controller, and interestingly enough, the joystick is my motion, the right and left bumper is my turning, and another button is to shoot. So it is kind of a pain in the hands to do this. So obviously we have the choice between Claire and Steve. Timer's going to start when I select my character, so I'll give you a countdown. So obviously the choice is obvious, but in 3, 2, 1, go. You guys thought I was going to pick Claire, didn't you? Didn't you? Yeah, right. Yeah. No, we're picking my boy Steve.
Come on now, we got a challenge for people watching. If we make it to 5K, Roach mode is on.
Oh yeah.
Yep, but people start to answer the call if I have time for a few donations.
Go for it.
DDG gave $44.15 saying, I made almost every number a 5. Someone else do the rest now. There's only 2 numbers remaining. And in the meantime, we got $5 from Squeeze65 saying, $5 donation train. Let's make it to 5,000 before the end of the run. Hype!
Hype!
Hype! So the train is started now. It's all up to you guys.
So you'll see a lot of strafing while I'm playing the game, because strafing apparently is actually quite faster than just like running straight into things. But every actionable item actually requires an input, and it's kind of annoying. The other thing to keep in mind here is that as I switch weapons, I get a small speed boost, so I'll also be trying to switch weapons as much as I can. So we're already at our first boss.
You weren't lying when you said it was a very long game.
Oh yeah, this is like the longest game, and that's the best RNG you can get. So there's RNG involved in this game as well as it was in Survivor 1, which is that giant spider, which is the first boss, can choose to jump out of frame and land wherever he wants. So we got lucky that he didn't jump at all. So we got the quick kill, and we're moving on to stage 2. The other thing that you'll see me capitalizing on is that I have an AI partner in Claire, so I'm going to try to get all of the enemies to aggro Claire. So I don't have to worry about them.
It's called necessary sacrifice, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
so the worst sound you can hear in this game is when you hear Claire's death sound, and it's like, oh god.
Oh god, it's my turn now.
Yeah, it's my turn. So this next room coming up is the orgy room of Survivor 2. So, and I have an extremely hard time not getting bit here. So, but we didn't get bit.
Wow.
We take it.
Oh dear God, that's a lot.
Yep.
He didn't get bit, il n'a pas pris la bite.
Oh, Yoshi, are you
Nice
in
translation.
for a surprise? The other thing that I wanted to say is that this game, oh, that sucks. This game, that double sucks. Yo, stop.
You want to say that the game double sucks, right?
Well, yes, but the, what I was gonna say was, this game actually takes place, during CVX, when Claire and Steve are on the airplane. And apparently, according to, like, sources in Capcom, etc., like, this game takes place while Claire is dreaming.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Which makes it non-canon to the series, but
It's basically Super Mario Brothers 2. Yeah.
The dream, the main excuse for everything that is not canon.
so yeah, so the entire game like takes place in a dream with Claire, which is gonna make this upcoming scene in stage 4 very, very confusing, because we see an enemy that should not be, that Claire should not have had any knowledge of. So
May I just add that I think our donation strength already hit a zombie on the rail because it didn't go fur. Don't forget that we need 5k if we want the versus roach mode. Let's give it up.
okay, seeing my health at the moment, I'm very worried. I'm probably gonna die. It's okay though. We'll make it work. Nice. So in that hallway that I just ran through, it's very pivotal that you stay on the right-hand side for the purpose of those zombies vomit. And the vomit stops you for an extremely long amount of time.
So they left mounted when it comes to vomit, right?
Yeah.
I like the vomit.
Vomit.
Alright, we're making our way through stage 3. Y'all only have a short amount of time remaining to get to that 5k.
Yeah, well, you went through a door, I blink, and we're already going through the other doors.
Oh yeah, it's a common thing that Resident Evil games are door simulators, and the Survivor games are like super duper door simulators.
Yeah.
You'll see it really well when Level plays Dead Aim. You'll
I
see
love Dead Aim.
Dead Aim is a really good game, but like in terms of like the speedrun and stuff, it is a massive door simulator when you're going really quick.
I played that with a GonCon, like on the PlayStation 2 when it originally came out.
Oh, that's
I bought
awesome.
it like day
Me
one.
too. Only time I've ever played it too, you know, back in, what was that, 4 or something.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm a huge fan of the House of the Dead series, and I'm a huge fan of the Resident Evil series. And when that game came out, I was like, holy shit. Like, that's like a double whammy right there. That's the best mashup.
Oh, you should go ahead and play this game then.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, it's a light gun game, except you control the character on top of that. Hit the trigger one with first-person mode, you shoot at the screen, go out of first-person mode, move around, like and also it emulates really well the tank controls, because you stop, and then you aim and you shoot, and then you get out of the first-person view. It's to me, I think it was really ahead of the curve at the time. I think it still is in terms of design and everything.
Yeah, so that was actually one of the enemies I was talking about before that Claire should have no knowledge of. That was a brain sucker from RE3 that was on the ceiling and then eventually fell down.
Green Deimos?
Yep.
Wow. That does not make sense.
Oh my god, I took a double bite there too. No.
You guys were talking about Dead End. Let's not forget that it's not the next game, but the one after Resident Evil Gaiden, so it's coming up soon on the marathon.
Yeah.
Played by the level best.
Yeah, so in a similar way that like regular Survivor has the reused assets from Resident Evil 2, a lot of them are reused. This game has a massive amount of reused assets from CVX. So obviously a lot of the bosses, like we just fought Nosferatu from CVX, he's a lot easier in this version. So
Just a little bit.
okay, I'm gonna let this intro cutscene play to stall for a time for more donations, as well as let y'all in on the enemy that should not be here. That's right, chat. It's your boy.
I was gonna say, why don't they throw Nemesis in there while they're at it? Well,
So someone one day will have to explain why Claire is dreaming of Nemesis in this game.
oh, Chris sent her. Like, man, you really told me this messed up thing, you know?
So I think that's actually something like that's the explanation I heard, that like Jill told Chris about these things, and then Chris told it to Claire. It's the only thing that could make sense.
Yep.
But it's Survivor 2. It doesn't need to make sense.
Steve.
That's a good excuse.
But also, it's funny how he says stars because there's no stars member present at the time.
Steve
So
is
point that
Secret
out, I mean-
Stars.
You are not who your family is. Just because Chris is a member of Stars does not make Claire a member of Stars.
Well, maybe in the dream it's possible.
Maybe she's dreaming of being a Stars member, and you know, that would.
That's been her ultimate dream forever.
She's honorary stars today.
So I approximately have about 5 HP left, which means this Bandersnatch on the upstairs is about to murder me. And okay, that one was looking the wrong way. Okay, that one got me. So you'll notice that Claire's getting stun locked by a Bandersnatch. I hear her in the background. But you notice that when you do die, again, like the other Survivor games, we have it to where there's no saving; it just continues. And every time you continue, you're given a shotgun at the very beginning. You'll also notice there's a timer at the top. When the timer reaches 0 on this level, that's when Nemesis will appear behind you, and he's practically unkillable. So if you try to turn around and fight him, you're in for a really, really, really bad time.
It seems to reach 0 quite often.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're going fast, but I see a lot of 0.
In some rooms it starts at 0.
Oh, okay.
And then in others it starts, like in this room in particular, it starts at 2 minutes.
I just want to remind people we need to reach 5K if we want to see the versus Roach mode by DrMaxtermind. So let's keep donating.
So yeah, we're only like what, less than $740 away. We can do this. I have faith.
$740.45.
Why do they give me trouble? This game is also one of the few games that causes me to do that thing that I've always been doing since I was a little kid, and I think other people have been doing it as well. Which is, if something jumps at you, you move your head to the side, or you move your whole body to dodge in real life. And I still do that to this day in this game, because like, oh god, I missed a shot. That's fine. So, like, when any of the lickers or the dogs actually jump at me, I'm immediately moving away to the side. I'm like, no.
Hey, we got a good question on the chat. Is the timer still count down during the door goes?
Yeah, so this is another one of those games where, because it doesn't give you a final in-game time, it does in-game time per level. The rules on the speedrunning board before I started speedrunning this was to time it with RTA. So in terms of the in-game timer, I don't 100% know, but in terms of the leaderboards, they have been doing this real-time forever, as far as I know. Uh-oh. Alright, so for the first time we're going to pick up another gun besides the grenade launcher, which is going to be our good old Uzis that we haven't, or our machine guns that we haven't had since the beginning level. By the way, this is the final boss.
You were talking earlier about enemies Claire shouldn't know anything about. That Alexia fight, she shouldn't know anything about that either, right?
True.
Well, I mean,
I think she sees it.
About a tyrant, really.
She should
And
stop
that's
eating
time.
pizza before going to bed.
GG.
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 So when did we find out that this was all a dream?
We don't. It was just.
Oh, they don't?
It was. They don't actually say it. Even in the final like in the final areas or the final cutscene, they never actually state that they never actually state that it was a dream. It was speculation amongst fans for a really long time. And then Capcom finally came out and gave a statement at some point that was like, yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
Wow.
So,
Why not?
But yeah, this game is, you know, despite how much crap I give this game on a daily basis for being the way that it is, if you think about the way that the game was to begin with, you know, it's actually a really, really fun game, and it's an amazing game casually. So, because it's not too difficult. There's multiple difficulty settings. You can also edit the AI level, so you can edit Claire's AI, whether she's like a level 1 or a level 5. So, and that's always a good thing, because she actually helps you a lot more with some of the bosses, so. But yeah, that was Resident Evil Survivor 2, Code Veronica. Not the best run I've ever had by any means, but it was a run.
Survivor was better, right?
I would say for 90% of the people watching, it's probably the best run they've ever seen, though.
It's 20 seconds off my PB, probably, because I have not submitted... I have a new PB, but I have not submitted it yet, like, at all. But I might submit it at some point. I have a sub 12, which surprised me when I got it. I was like, really? Okay. Yeah. My PB that's on speedrun.com is a 12:20, but I do have a sub 12 in my back pocket somewhere. So
you'll be back later for Resident Evil Outbreak, right?
Right, yeah.
I mean, keep that game close by, because you know what? If we reach 5K before, let's see, schedule's all out of whack anyways already, and the Dark Side Chronicles, someone's gonna play it, and we're probably never gonna finish the game. So that's probably gonna be where we go back to the regular schedule in a way. But yeah, I'm down if we can reach 5K before the end of the Resident Evil Ninja Gaiden race. Yeah,
the Resident Evil Ninja Gaiden race. Let's go.
Yes, before the end of that run, then Roach mode will happen. So
all right, sounds good.
Get in here. Let's make it happen. And we're going to go to a quick break, get the race ready, and we'll be right back. So stay tuned.
Awesome. Thanks,
Once again,
guys.
thank you, Max.
No problem. Thank you. Thanks all the organizers and thanks, chat. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome.